speculation continues that LeBron James will be leaving Cleveland again after this season, which led to a debate on Twitter. Not surprising, other than the fact that Kevin Durant was involved. Rapper Lil Dicky argued the Cavs need to trade LeBron rather than lose him for nothing, while Durant took the position that James's legendary status means he gets to hold all the cards and can't be moved. So who is right, KD or Lil Dicky?
I didn't know KD was so old school here. This is an old school take by Kevin Durant. You know, the new wave of analytics and how much that has impacted the NBA player movement on the rise. Very few guys start and end their career with the same team. It's not like how it used to be back in the day. So I'm surprised that KD would take this stance, honestly. I mean, if LeBron James is going to be honest with the organization like Chris Paul was, like Paul George was, and say, listen, I'm out after this season, I think it'd be the responsible thing to do for the organization to trade him. Is that going to come with a massive amount of obstacles, starting with his no trade clause and ending with how do you even trade for LeBron James? What kind of value does he bring back? It's going to have obstacles, but if they're sure he's going to leave, I think you owe it to your fan base to let him not leave for a second time for absolutely nothing in return.
See, I think LeBron has already satisfied the fan base by finally bringing that championship to Cleveland. And in theory, you're correct, unless you hate the owner. And that's what makes this particularly intriguing, is that it does seem that there is genuine animosity between LeBron and Dan Gilbert. Look, how couldn't there be, considering the original Comic Sans letter from Dan Gilbert, and then there's been reports about some beef over political alignments and the like, and donations.
Firing the general manager, who LeBron James liked.
Firing the general manager, all those things. So LeBron James is such a legendary figure and all of that, as KD said, and that makes it difficult to even broach the topic. But when you reach in and you realize that LeBron's probably not out to do Dan Gilbert personally any favors, it makes it a lot more difficult.
But is that a little cut off the nose to spite the face? I agree with you that fans in Cleveland are just so appreciative that LeBron James made good on his promise to win them a title, that he gets a pass forever, and I think he deserves that pass forever. But if you are doing something despite the owners, the owner, the people who really pay the price are the fans, because they have to watch a crappy product for however long it takes to dig themselves out of it.
Well, Dan Gilbert can take the onus. I mean, he can make a trade if he wants to. I mean, he can approach that matter and see what's actually going on there. Because if you're LeBron and you are actually considering leaving, then perhaps you want to do it before that career clock keeps ticking a little bit more often. I don't think it will happen, before next summer, but it will be very interesting to see how the Cavaliers approach not only the Kyrie Irving trade, but putting the roster around LeBron, because regardless of the scenario, what's the best thing they can do is try and win this year. Because if you win this year and LeBron leaves, you still got another championship. And what's the best way to possibly convince him to stay? Winning another championship.